Hi guys, today I'm going to cover how to create the CICD pipeline between where we will join the Jenkins and GitHub. So let's start. First we will create a machine. Let's launch a machine, EC2 instance. So we are going to launch. We just my project. I will give the name my project um, machine. Okay, and we will select the image, and I'm choosing the ubuntu. You can take Amazon Linux or Windows, whatever you want, but preferably I'm taking Linux, Ubuntu. And next we'll keep this one, these settings as it is, and T2 is a free T2 micro I'm going to take. And if you go for the T3, that is you have to pay for that, so I'm not going to that. It's just experimental, so we are using the free version. Okay, here we can create the new pair of the to login. So if I will create a new pair, key pair, and I can give my experimental key experimental project. Key. Okay, and it's you just create, it will automatically download it, and it's okay, so it is created. And so we will allow HTTPs for this project, HTTP, and the rest of things I will keep the same and launch. So it's launching, and very soon we're going to log in on the machine. So you can see it's getting ready, is in a pending state right now, and might be take some couple of more minutes till it get ready. So meanwhile I will wait till it's get ready. Okay, this is my public IP, you can see this is my private IP. And so yeah, okay, it's still in the pending state. Once it's get ready, then we'll connect. Okay, it's running state now, so now we're going to connect. Okay, so I will connect it. So EC2 instance connect, and I will just put connect, and here we go. Okay, so here we go. So I'm connected. Now what I have to do, I will update my machine first of all. Sudo apt get update. Okay, and enter. It will update my machine. Whenever you install a new machine, always update it, because there is anything and they need to install, update any patch or anything, so it will do. So it's always recommended to update your machine. So guys, it is downloaded, and yeah, my machine is updated, and all the patches has been downloaded. So now what I have to do, I have to find my keys, which is the public and the private key, to connect the Jenkins and the GitHub. So if I go there and I have a list here, so see there is no file, ls hyphen a. So okay, so what I will do, I will create the keys, and for that ssh hyphen key gen. So I'll put this one, and it will create the pair of keys, which is public and the private. So I will just put enter and enter, and yeah, it is created. Okay, so this folder dot ssh, I will go there, cd dot ssh, I will go this folder. So once I'm in, so So I'm in the folder, and if I list what is there, so you can see I have two keys. One is a IDRA, IDRSA, and other is IDRSA pub. So this is the public and this is the private key. Okay, so let's see how I can see these keys. Yeah, I have to cat. So we, as you know, in the Linux we use the cat just to see what is it there. So if I put cat, if I command it cat IDR ID RSA, and sorry, it's not working because I'm not in sudo mode, so I have to add sudo privilege mode. Cat ID RSA. Okay, so this is my private key, and what is my public key? Cat ID RSA dot pub. So this is the public key. So you can see these two keys, one is the public, one is the private key. Okay, so we got these two keys. Now what I will do once I get these keys, I will take my public key and I will go to my GitHub. So this is my public key. You can say cat idrsa.pub. I'm going to copy this key, and here we go. So this key is copied now, and I will go to my GitHub account. Okay, this is my GitHub account. So what I will do, I will go into settings. Here are the settings. I will go in settings, and in settings I will go, you know, this is SSH key, so I will go in SSH and GPG keys. I will go there. I have already created one, so what I will go, I will delete that one, and now I will put a fresh one. So new SSH key. So here I will put the key, paste it. So I will put here my project CICD CD GitHub Jenkins, and this key, which key it is, as I mentioned just a couple of minutes ago, it is a public key. So pub, just for reference, and I will add it. You see, it will ask for my credential. I will confirm my credentials. It is added. Okay, so what I have done, I have put my public key in GitHub. That's it, done one part. So in next part, what I'm going to do, I will go to my Jenkins, and I will see how I can access to Jenkins. So now before I go to Jenkins, there are a couple of the things which I have to fulfill, requirement which I have to fulfill to access the Jenkins, and those requirements I will just, in a couple of minutes ago, I will share with you. Okay, for the Jenkins, in the Linux, if you want to install Jenkins, we need Java as well. So these are the scripts you can download. You can get it from jenkins.io. So I get it from there, from their site, and yeah, see, once you log in, so it will say what is your distribution. So like I am using the Ubuntu. If you're using Fedora, so you will go Fedora. If you're Red Hat, so you will go for Red Hat. I'm using Ubuntu, so I will go there, and it will come to here. So I'll copy this one, and I will paste in my EC2 instance, command line, and enter. You see, it's installing. It will take a couple of minutes. Yes. Okay, so once it is installed, I will update this. It's taking some time. I will just pause it. Okay guys, so my and this machine has been updated, and Jenkins has been installed. I have installed the Jenkins, and obviously accordingly I have installed the Java as well, using this script, bash script. Okay. Once it is installed, we will go for the Docker, because for the container, to run any application on a container, we need the Docker as well. So simple command we'll use: sudo docker apt install docker.io. Yes. As installing, this might take a couple of minutes. Yes guys, so we have downloaded that. What I will do, just to give the Jenkins some access, like user mode -ag. I mean, I'm adding the Jenkins into a group where he has the privilege access, so he can easily access. So this command I used, and then I will use couple of other commands, like this I just recently use, and I will restart the service, Jenkins services, and let's see how the things go. Okay, so it will take again couple of minutes, because it will again restart all the services, Jenkins service. So we have to wait. Okay guys, so my this Jenkins has been installed, and you can see, if I go sudo service Jenkins status, so you can see is active and running status. Okay, so I come Control C, I press, and I exit out from there. Now I have installed the Docker Jenkins, and so these requirements I have done fulfilled. Now what I will go to my projects, my repositories, and I will see which project I'm going to work. So is a node to do CDO, CICD. Okay, I will copy my repository from here. I will clone it, and let's see how it works out. So what I will go there, and okay, first before I go there, because Jenkins works on port 8080, so I will make sure my port 80 is open. So what I will go my machine, and I will go into securities, here is security and security groups, and edit inbound rules, and in edit inbound rules I will add some rules. What rules I'm going to access port 8080, and I'm going to access this port, and this port my IP, and save the rules. Okay, so now see, this is my public IP. So what I will do, I will copy this IP, and I will paste it here. Okay, I will paste it here, and now I will enter the port which I just allow, 8080. So let's see how the things work. So you can see I am able to access Jenkins. So what it is saying, it's saying I have to provide them the administrative password, but where I will get this administrative password? So this is a link they provide us. So I will copy this link, and I will go my EC2 instance, and I will copy a link cat and this password link. Okay, no, it's not working. I have to add sudo, because sudo. Okay, so this is my password, temporary password, admin password. I will copy this one, and I will come to Jenkins, and I will paste it here, and here we go. Okay, so there are a couple of the plugs plugin which I have to install. So automatically these all plugs, they will be installed, and this process will take some couple of minutes. And just to keep my video short, I will just stop my video so it don't get prolonged unnecessarily. so yeah, it is done. So now I have to set the username. Any, let's suppose I take test, or I can say my iPhone, and sorry, okay, and then password. Let's take the username admin. Okay, confirm password and full name. Okay, and my email. So any email you can, it should be your email. So I'm not putting my email here. Let's suppose yahoo.com. Okay, and save and continue and finish. So starting using the Jenkins. So Jenkins is ready now, and we are going to start it. Okay, so here our Jenkins is ready, and this is what I'm getting. So now this is my dashboard. So because this is a new project, so I will add the new, and I will give the project name Jenkin GitHub CICD project. And this is a couple of the styles, which project you want to work in. So which style you want to work. So I'm going to style freestyle projects. So, and I will click OK. So it is going to, okay, it's loading and updating. So there's a description you can add, whatever description you want. So I will keep the video short. So I will just as a test project. Okay, and because this is a GitHub project, so I will put the URL, and you know my URL is here. I just copy that, and I will put here Control V. So this is my GitHub URL, and this is source code management. Again, source code is from the GitHub, and I will give here again my URL, GitHub URL. Now credentials, this is the important part, and in credential is a Jenkins, and what kind of credential we are using. If you come here, so is a username and password. No, we are using SSH username with private key. So you can see here is my ID and description. Username, my username is, let's suppose, ubuntu, and my ID is okay, and now enter directly private key. So here I have to add my private key. Remember, I show you two keys, public key and the private key. Public key we added in our GitHub, and now private key I will add in my Jenkins. So if I go there, if I list the folder, you remember folder name cd.ssh, that was my folder. If I list here, so see here we have a public key and the private key. So this is my private key. So if I cat ID RSA, this is my private key, and if my public dot p, so this is my public key, which we have already used. So I will copy my private key here, and I will come down till this point, and I will copy it. This is, I'm going to copy, and I will paste this one into here. So, and once I done this, I will come down and put the add button and apply. So this is done. So what I have to do now, I will show you what I've done. Okay, so this is done, and I am just going to save my settings. Okay, now this is done. What I have done, I have put my public keys in GitHub and private keys in Jenkins, and my EC2 machine is here. So you can see there is nothing in my EC2, and if I go in my repository, you know, the code where I pick it, like developer, they will provide us the code. So if I go in Docker file, so here we need expose port 8000, right? So we need to expose this port as well. So before we expose this port, I will do, we have to build it now. So I will just press it, build it now, and let's see how the things go. See, it is done. And if I go console output, so you can see here building in workspace. So this is my where Jenkins put the code. So the code which I show you, which was on and it's successful. The code which was on GitHub, which I was showing to you, all these files, it has been moved to moved on this location. So what I will do, I will go my machine and CD, and I will paste that link here. Let's see how it's go. So I'm there, and what is there? If I list out, see, and DevSecOps, Docker files, all that things is here. Cat doc, what is Docker file? If I cat, see, is the same Docker file which I show you there. Here again we have to expose port 8000. So what I have to do, I will go into my EC2 instance here in security. Let's start from in my instance. Okay, so this is my machine which is running. I will go there in security, security groups, and in edit inbound rules I will add a rule. So what I have to do, port TCP 8000, right? And this is my, obviously this is a site where, you know, all code is deployed there, so anyone come from outside can access it. That is why I have to give the before, just keep it, remember, before when I was using giving the access for the Jenkins, I give access port 8080 just for my IP, but now I will give the access anywhere IP4, from anywhere it can be accessed. So this is the way. So anyone who come from outside using this, they can access the site, this application. Okay, now I have done this. So what I will go, I will see how the Dockers run. Okay, so here we have a Docker permission issue. So what I will do, I will have to give it access. So here we go, sudo user mode ag docker user. So what we are going to, we are giving permission to Docker, so it can be in a group where it can be, we can use it with privilege. So and it will not stop us. So I have to add Docker with my commands, so then it will working. So docker ps, I have to put sudo before that, sudo docker ps. So CI is working. So what I will have to do, we have a Docker files here. See here, file list here, we have Docker file here. So what I will do, we have installed the Docker as well. Docker, we have given the permission to Docker, so it can easily work there. So now I will build the image. So what is the command I'm going to use? Docker build dot. It means it will build the Docker and it will use the from a current directory -t, and my first project img. So this is, I'm giving it name, so let's enter. Oh, so it's legacy building. So I have to add sudo docker build. Okay, so it's building. So because I'm not in root user, so that's why I need to add sudo before installing anything. So now it's adding, is installing, and is installing all the files. You see here is copying from the directory and saving it there. Run npm. So all these, so it's successfully built. If I go in Docker images, let's see what is there. Oh, sorry, I have to add sudo docker images. See, this is a node, and this image, and this is the my first image, my first project image img latest, and it is 15 seconds ago just I built it. So this is the way how I build the image. So once I have built the Docker image, now I can run this application on a container. So for that I have to use the command docker run -d. Back, and at the back end it will run, and hyphen, I'll give it name, hyphen name, and any name I can choose. My first app, let's suppose any name you can choose, and -p for port, and I'm giving here port 8000, and it should be mapped 8000 because we provide access to port 8000 in our machine, so it should be mapped port 8000 to 8000, and name of my image, here is, I miss it, my first hyphen this, and just copy this. Sudo. Okay, so I have to add sudo first again. So it is built. So it has created the container. So how I can see if container is working or not? So docker ps sudo docker ps. You see here node app.js, this container, and it's working and is using the port 8000 to 8000, and my first app. So this is working. But how I can see at the back end, if I use the same my IP, my public IP, I will copy this one. What I will do, I will take a new browser, and I will put here my IP and hyphen port number 8000. Let's see here it is working here. But how, if let's suppose if I exit out from that container, let's suppose if I stop this container, so what will happen? Docker yeah, it's stop. If I will go, see, I just put I docker stop and id, container id. I just give the container id, the first three letters of the container id. It is stop now. How I can check if it is stop? If I go again, is that this is the same application we access once container was in up. So if I see, it is unable to access. But if I come here and if I again run it using this command, so you will, so it, the container will again go up. So okay, so now I have to, because backend it is still working, I will remove that as well. So this is the way how we create and the application is working. So what it happened, Jenkins put get the code from this is the important point which I'm going to trying to explain. Jenkins put the get the code from the developer from the GitHub and bring it to our machine EC2 instance. See, if I list here, so all these I have not cloned the GitHub. So Jenkins bring it here. He give us the link and bring all those things here in our machine in central repository. So now it's here. So this is the way how, and we use the Docker to run the commands and build the container, to run the containers, build the image and run the containers. And you can see from here that application was working. Now, so this is the one scenario which I just discussed. Right, so now I will build, this is the manually I did, I'll perform all these tasks. Now I will use my Jenkins to perform these all tasks for me, and he will run, he will build the image as well. So let me just copy this command. I will copy and I will paste it in Jenkins. Okay, where I will go in my dash, okay, this project, configure, and in configure, if I go build steps and execute shell, I will take the executable shell and I will put all my commands here. Okay, this was my image and my command which I run to, okay, this was my command which I run to build image, to run the container. I will copy this and I will come here. I will paste it here. Okay, so any name I can give, my first email. Okay, I apply and save and build now. Okay, here is encounter some error, and let's see console output what is the error is saying. Okay, yes, so what I have to do, let me just go there, time. So guys, so what the issue was encountering, we were encountering is basically we add sudo here, so we'll remove the sudo, and from here as well we will remove the sudo because there is no need to add sudo. Yes, in Docker we need, but here in Jenkins we don't need add sudo. I will apply it and I will save it. Once it's done, so I see our, once I start building, so you can see it is built and it is successful. So this is our console. It's the 2 times I press, that's why it's number 5 is unsuccessful. Otherwise it is already built. So if I go in configuration, and if I need again to build, I have to change the name. By the way, because it is built, let me just go to the application again. If I put the username, sorry, the my EC2 instance public IP is this one. If I add here, and my port, which is 88,000, sorry. If I add, see, is working. So that's mean our application is successful and is working. And so yeah, this was a project where we built. And by the way, if I again go into console, where is it's here somewhere, my configuration, and if I change the name, here, image name, let's suppose I change my project image, and first application, uh, my app, and image name is the same, and I apply and save it, and I run it again, so you will see how it's behave. Is unsuccessful. Because why it is unsuccessful? Because already the port is already being used, and there is already working there. You see, is go there and catches, and it's failure. Binding is failure. Port is already allocated. So my port is already allocated. That is why it's failed. So if I again I have to stop it and restart again. So so that's why, see, this project is all about. So from you can see we how we build it. We use the Docker, we use the Jenkins. So both Jenkins is automated totally, and so both are working. And so we use the CICD pipeline and Jenkins and GitHub. So and we pull the code through the Jenkins, and we use it, and you see in the application was working. We use the Docker application, they're working, and then we use the Jenkins where the application was working. So it was a brief information about this project. So thank you for joining and watching this video. I know it's a little longer. I try to keep it minimized as much as I can, but still it's near 40 minutes. So thank you for